What's the matter? You look like you've seen a ghost.
The Striders! I couldn't hold them back. And then the Dirty Paws showed up.
The Whistlers.
Yeah, the Whistlers. Anyway, I was sure they would kill me. But they didn't. Actually, I think they tried to...
Help you?
Yeah.
You know, all those stories you've been fed are not to be trusted.
How do you know?
Because I am one of those dirty paws you're all so afraid of. Although I prefer to be called by our rightful name. Care for a cup? That beloved dandelion of yours spat its poison into the sea. Eventually, it reached our lands. Big, nasty blobs that crawled onto our fields and destroyed our crops. We sent message after message to make you understand the damage you were causing, but you wouldn't listen. So eventually, we took matters into our own hands.
What did you do?
We realized we had to stop the gloom ourselves by sabotaging the Dandelion's main conduit. Our boat got hit just after midnight. 3 of us were killed immediately, and 1 lived long enough to say his prayers. I was crying like a babe, but having no wound severe enough to stop me, I kept going. Just before dawn, I reached my target. It was all up to me now. Our scientists had devised a fluid that was meant to drip into the heart of the dandelion and stop the machinery from running. Our mission was to pump it into one of the central vents, and that's what I did. I pumped the fluid in, plugged the vent, and I left. I didn't look back at first. The only thing I could think of was getting away. But then, when I turned my head, the entire thing had turned into a monster. Gloom shooting out like fountains of black saliva. I remember thinking of 100-armed octopuses and giant spiders, mythological creatures from my childhood stories. Then came a deafening thunder. The whole thing started to burst. Well, I guess you know the rest.
The ground cracked, the ocean roared, and Strandville was lost in the deep.
After what I caused, I couldn't bear to face anyone. So I settled here.
How did you survive the explosion?
All I know is that I passed out. When I woke up, the sea was calm. But the city was gone. And the people. All we wanted was to put an end to our misery. You understand? I followed the instructions, but it didn't work out. It didn't... Sweet mother of sparks, I should have died with the others.
You tried to save your people. You didn't know this would happen.
You're very kind. Just like your mother.
My mother?
She was my friend, the bravest person I ever met. She listened to us, even after the flood. She believed me when I told her that we never meant any harm. She even wanted to help me put things right, so we set out to try and fix the damage I'd caused. But we never... She never... She was investigating methods to change the behavior of the gloom. One day she came to my hideout looking for clues, as she put it. I told her to get lost. She wasn't easily scared. Like mother, like kid, I guess. She had been breeding flowers, you see. Some kind of modified version of the night weaver. An herb we grow back home. She had learned that its roots could bind the gloom back into the weave rock and stop it from spreading. She wanted me to take her to the pipe that started the rupture. Her idea was to pour some spark-induced night weaver seeds into the central vent and turn the dandelion into a sort of mending machine. Don't ask me about the science. That was her forte.
So you went back there?
Yes, child. She even made us go inside. She said it was crucial. I refused at first, but your mother was a very convincing woman. And I know you won't believe me when I tell you this, but it was as though the gloom felt threatened by us. Your mother fought for her life. I lost my right leg trying to save her, and I'd gladly give my left too, if that could bring her back. Since then, the gloom has kept spreading, like the plague it is.
Is there nothing left to do?
The airship manages to fight it off to some extent, using spores from the Nightweaver. But we have nowhere near what would be needed to fight it off forever.
What about this?
By all sparks, where did you get that? We have to get you to the airship. You have to show them!
The airship! They're gonna shoot it down!
What? Who?
That machine Cassius was talking about. It's a spark weapon to shoot down the Whistler's barge.
Oh, those fools! May the gloom drown them! Curse all of them and their trigger-happy fingers! They're nothing but a bunch of short-sighted idiots! You must stop them, do you understand? Do whatever it takes to keep those morons from firing. Then you have to find Moira. Just follow the barge.
Moira?
The Whistler's leader. She's the only one who can make use of that seed. Now go!